যদি সবাই ফিরে যায়, ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা সবাই ফিরে যায়, যদি গহন পথে যাওয়ার কালে কেউ ফিরে না যায়, তবে পথের কাটা তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে, তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে, তবে একলা চলো রে। যদি আলো না ধরে, ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা আলো না ধরে, যদি ঝড় বাদলে আধার রাতে দুয়ার দেয় ঘরে, তবে বজ্রানলে আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা চলো রে, আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা চলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে, তবে একলা চলো রে। একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে।
Hi guys, thank you for joining the live stream. I hope the audio is coming fine. Unlike every other day, yeah, the audio is coming fine today. Today it will be mainly me, so I won't have to be coordinating with other people's internet and my internet as well. Okay guys, a lot of weird stuff, crazy stuff from Bengal to discuss. My hair is weird. Okay. The color also seems a little different, right? What's wrong with my camera? Is there dirt on my camera? No, it just seems more faded. Looks more pro though. I think this will work, hopefully. Okay guys, okay, sound thoda aur badhao, hai na? This is what I've been getting told. Let me check from where I can increase the volume. Tell me if the volume has increased now. Let me know now, okay? Is it more now? Has it increased? Dada, what do you think of the decline of Buddhism in India? Well, they chose peace, and the people who invaded India did not choose peace. Voice increase, right? Okay. So guys, we are going to get into a bunch of stuff. Shubhendu allegedly contesting from Bhawanipur, which is Mamata Banerjee's constituency. And allegedly Amit Shah has told Shubhendu to contest from Nandigram as well, from where he defeated Mamata last time in 2021 already. By how many? 1956 votes, right? He flew 1956 balloons that had 1956 written in them. We have a bunch of insanely important stuff to get to. So Shubhendu will be contesting from both from Bhawanipur as well as Nandigram. Allegedly, nobody knows really who is going to contest from where. These things don't come out really. If anybody is saying that, well, I know who's going to contest from where, that's just wishful thinking, overestimating your contacts, etc. And Narayan Banerjee, BBK intellectual, supporter of the CPIM, came to the BJP rally today, Narendra Modi's rally at Brigade. Rumors were flying that he will join BJP in front of Narendra Modi on the stage. That has not happened. We will discuss his reputation in the common, amongst the common people of West Bengal, because that's kind of interesting. He actually goes around a little in some ways, not just politically directly, but there are seemingly his associations are a bit sus in the eyes of many. I don't care at the moment. And most importantly, Narendra Modi's speech today, there were significant calls to action. There was practically, I think, a message to BJP party workers everywhere that it's okay, retaliate whenever you get attacked and stuff. I interpreted it as that. Or it can be interpreted in this way as well, that, well, whatever bad stuff that Trinamool people did for these 15 years, their cases will be open and they will be dealt with, etc., with the long arm of the law. I see hints of retaliation justification there as well. Second most important news of the day is that the Industries and Commerce Minister of West Bengal allegedly got beaten up inside her own party office in her own home, allegedly, by BJP karyakartas who came, beat them up, and left. There are some sus angles to that as well, but we will get to all of that. Firstly, let me check out some comments and then we will start the discussion. बंगाल में क्या चांस है, क्या चल रहा है? Chances, I think, provide the video highlights of his speech. No, Abhay, I got copyrights last day for all the news channel footages, so I had to cut them out. So today also it will get cut out. I have a few pointers written down, so I will be able to inform the non-Bengalis here, those of you who haven't watched the speech yet. Or maybe we can check out the footage uploaded from the live stream from the BJP West Bengal channel as well. There we can see Narendra Modi's speech. But it's not that important seeing the speech directly, because we'll have to see it at 1.75x anyway. So, yeah, what's going to happen? By the way, what are the updates? What news do you all have on predictions and stuff? My prediction so far is 110, 120 can be managed by BJP. Winning seems like a far bet as of now. The problem, the most fascinating situation in West Bengal, at least in the context of this particular elections this time, is that nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Anybody who is giving you any guarantee of things happening, this party winning, that party winning, is absolutely basing it on wishful thinking or lies to come across as cool. There's no basis to anybody's predictions right now, okay, other than feels and vibes. Now, so if you ask me, whatever the result, I can see that happening, okay? No matter what happens, I can see why it would make sense, because there are so many possibilities, and since we have such a lack of data that accurately describes a person or different groups, different demographics, man, woman, this age, that age, English medium educated or not, city folk or not, what's his salary slab, which sectors does he work in, what percentage is where, in which demographic, etc. Since we don't have that kind of data, it's hard to predict anything, okay? If we knew all of that stuff, we could predict this as well pretty accurately. So you are going to get the vaguest, most pointless answer from me, and I'll actually elaborate on my pointless answer, which is why all the outcomes are possible, okay? So what I'm saying is, on the day of the announcement of the results, you won't find me surprised with any outcomes, okay? The only surprising thing will be if BJP wins with a significant margin, but even that's not really surprising because it would still make sense. The only reason I would be surprised is that, yeah, it does make sense why it would happen, but well, ultimately it happened. Oh my God, this is pretty interesting. That's the extension of my surprise that you will be able to see if BJP wins with a large majority. Other than that, I'll tell you why any other outcome is as possible. Firstly, what I think is going to happen. BJP gets 100, 120, 130 maybe. Trinamool also gets 160, 70. There's a mad scramble for buying MLAs. Now, the problem with buying MLAs is that if there are 20 people from Trinamool who have called up BJP people and are waiting for the right time to get into BJP, because BJP has been ghosting a lot of people. There are some people who asked for a job from BJP did not take their phone calls and they joined Trinamool. They used to be in BJP until like 5 minutes back. Those kinds of people are there. So if there are 20 people in Trinamool who are waiting for a chance to get the call from Amit Shah and join BJP immediately with an exchange of money and stuff, then there are 20 such people in BJP as well who just don't want to die, who don't want the karyakartas working under him to get beaten up, killed, etc. People have sympathies like that as well, that okay, if I join Trinamool, at least they'll stop beating my guys up. there might be just good relations at stake here. There might be years of liaison, all that stuff. So 20 people might be bought by Trinamool as well. And the one mistake I see everyone, this might not be a mistake in hindsight, but we'll realize only 20 years later. For now, I believe I'm the only one who's right on this, and I think one other person from the mainstream of Bengali news coverage YouTube channels, Shanmay probably, is the one other guy than me who believes that Trinamool will never disappear from the face of the earth, at least for the next 5-10 years. Since the majority of political analysts on all sides, except the hardcore Trinamool side, says repeatedly that Trinamool will disappear within 72 hours of losing the elections, those are the kinds of people, which is from all sides, all ages, all genders, all sorts of people, well-meaning or not, etc. People genuinely do believe, including academic man, all of them believe that Trinamool will disappear. I don't believe Trinamool will disappear at all. There will be forces in the entire world, in the entire country, who have an incentive to keep Trinamool alive. Similarly, those entities can also send bags of cash to Trinamool to help them buy 20-30 MLAs from BJP as well. So buying MLAs will be a tricky game, and it will be a double-edged sword. It can swing both ways if it is left to buying. So this is in the scenario of 160-70 Trinamool, 110-120 BJP, which is, I think, the best case scenario for BJP at the moment. If that happens, we will have to see which party is able to buy more MLAs. But it's absolutely up in the air. Anything can happen. What if it's 130 on either side? And Humayun Kabir, ISF, those people managed to break away the Muslim votes to a significant extent. What if Congress does not in the end form an India alliance with Mamata? What if they also take away significant votes? Mausam Benazir Noor, what's her name? Mausam Begum. Mausam, what's her name? That Goni Khan Chaudhary family. Mausam Chaudhary? Mausam something, right? Anyway, so that lady also joined Congress only recently. Just like 1 or 2 weeks back, after being in Trinamool ever since she left Congress about, I think, 5-10 years back. She has been pretty active in Trinamool. All of a sudden, out of the blue, Mausam Benazir Noor, right? She goes to Congress. Now, I thought, okay, maybe you're leaving Trinamool because you think it's a sinking ship. Why would you go to another party where you are going to lose anyway? Wouldn't it make more sense for you to join BJP? Maybe then you risk losing all of your Muslim support base because they might not be okay with you if you stand from a BJP ticket, but they will vote for you if you stand from a Congress ticket. So maybe she joined Congress. Other than that, BJP might not have been taking her calls. That's a possibility as well. But Mausam's joining Congress was very significant. My point is, it might not matter. They might just join hands again after the elections when push comes to shove and it's a crunch time monetarily, power-wise, and counter-violence-wise, etc. So, in that scenario, if it is 130, and Trinamool is 130 only because Congress did not help them out, Humayun and ISF take away votes from Trinamool, in that case, what happens? The magic figure is 148, total seats to 94 in the West Bengal Assembly. And governor will have to decide. And the governor right now, whose daughter is one of the economists other than Sanjeev Sanyal in the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council, Shamika Ravi. T.N. Ravi is her father. He will have to deal this with a rock solid and honest fist. It's all up to him if it's 130, around 130 on both sides, if both don't get to majority. For that, you might have to run the state for a while. You might have to decide who gets to get to the majority and stuff. It's all on T.N. Ravi at that point. The other scenario is something that many BJP supporters are predicting pretty vehemently. I don't have a disagreement with anybody with any prediction right now because I see how any argument would make sense. My disagreement right now is with anybody from any party who argues their case vehemently. And that's, at that point, I know you are talking out of your ass, because you have no fucking data or any survey to back your claims up to that extent. If you say, I think BJP will win, I'm fine with you. If you say Trinamool, I think Trinamool will win, I'm fine with you. If you say BJP is definitely fucking winning, I'm not going to take you seriously. And if you say Trinamool is definitely winning, I'm not taking you seriously. So a lot of BJP supporters are saying that BJP is so fucked, they are going at 50, etc. You take it from me, BJP is done. I'm not taking you seriously. You're saying it out of your personal anger, absolutely justified anger from you may have been having faced the brunt of Trinamool's goons, etc., police. You probably have 50 cases on you. You probably did not receive much support after you or your family or friends faced violence at after the 2021 polls, etc. That does not mean your anger on BJP, your anger on your party leadership does not extrapolate to the rest of the state's anger on your party, because 2021 and 2026 is 180 degrees different. In 2021, there was only, and this is what I keep saying to BJP supporters who are like, yes, we would have won in 2021 if it wasn't for just the violence. We would have won in 2021 if it wasn't for the betrayal of the Kailash Vijayvargiya and their shenanigans, etc. I keep telling them that there was no way you could have won 2021. There was no significant, really, issue other than corruption. And corruption can be managed with freebies. Okay, who faces corruption? Tax-paying, white-collar job citizens and white money people. Okay, what's the number of that? They'll leave to Bangalore anyway. Who's really facing the brunt of Trinamool's corruption? Who the fuck? The majority of the state is an unorganized sector. Okay, their wives, their mothers are getting some cash. They'll leave, or even if they don't, they get to be Trinamool's juvanetas or gundas. Why would you care about corruption? You're poor enough. Okay, so in 2021, the idea that BJP was going to win very significantly, etc., it was baseless anyway. But even then, I would say, if BJP had not taken in every fucking joker from around the state willy-nilly, they would manage a respectable spot. We would be having this conversation in 2021 if they hadn't done that. They wouldn't be stuck at 77. Let's say 10-20 more just without the violence, and another 10-20 because if they had stayed on their path. Their path was Mamta is corrupt, we are not corrupt, we'll do a better job. That's it. They were on that trajectory. Out of the blue, BJP just became a fucking joke because of the kind of people they started taking in. And Dilip Ghosh's comments every day there was a hilarious comment from him. Now people can say that Mamta also speaks that way. First of all, you have to remember that people in power can get away with saying certain kinds of things that people who are not in power cannot get away with. Dilip Ghosh did not have the chief minister privilege. Secondly, Dilip Ghosh's party does come across, used to at least more up until the last 5-6 months, come across as an outsider party. There is no real homegrown talent in the party. The talent himself was Dilip, but not on the level of all other parties in other states. Okay, Congress, BJP, Trinamool, all of them have their significant leaders from their own states. BJP did not have. Dilip Ghosh was made out to be that, deservingly so maybe. But with that stature in the minds of Bengalis, you could not go around giving South Indian film dialogues, and he did. Because of his hilarious shenanigans and making a fool out of himself repeatedly, that and taking in every fucking joker from all across every nook and cranny of the state, that just gave the vibe to fence sitters, the potential silent majority, that it's a hilarious party, it's a joke. Then that no vote to BJP campaign also molded some minds to think that, yeah, Trinamool is terrible, BJP is also terrible, so if we have to choose between two terribles, why vote for the most terrible or the relatively equally terrible who is screwing up the entire country? I'll just vote for CPIM, who used to give us nice kind of vibes. Buddha Bhattacharya was cool. or Trinamool is great because BJP might do something to Muslims, so I need to protect my Muslim bros and homies. That stuff happened in 2021. That's not the case in 2026. Therefore, your anger with BJP does not result to 50 votes, 50 seats. Today's reality in West Bengal is that Bangladesh has happened. SSC is more in the forefront. RG Kor has happened. So many riots in West Bengal has happened. I'll keep the most important one for the last, but 33,000 people lost their jobs because of SSC scams and stuff. I'm still not going to put that as the sole epitome of anger against Mamata, of course, because again, who's even getting those jobs? Okay, the majority of Trinamool voters are not in those jobs. So if they didn't, people who did not care about corruption in 2021 are not going to care about corruption in 2026 out of the blue, unless now comes the most significant change from 2021 that has happened in 2026 is that people have spent a lot of time on the internet getting themselves educated on stuff. Podcasts have become mainstream in West Bengal. It wasn't the case in 2021. Podcasts to check out nationalist content, nationalists furthering their arguments. Where was that in 2021? I myself was not an Indian context right winger in 2021. I read Sandeep Sanyal's book only in 2021 October. Okay, I was a libertarian pro-free market kind of a right winger who believed that everyone sucks in India. So I am going to keep the popularity of right-leaning, nationalist-leaning podcasters, YouTube channels as the first and foremost significant cause behind Trinamool's potential downfall, and the things that have taken votes away from Trinamool. Nothing else. It might be a bias really because everyone thinks their profession matters that much, but to be fair to me, I'm not in this profession really full time. I'm mainly a musician, but I see the impact in people's minds, which could not have happened other than without YouTube. Starting with people like Jaipur Dialogues and stuff, they molded a lot of minds. But then, guys, non-Bengalis, I'm talking to you now. There came a host of sorry for hyperbolizing, but 2-3 significant Bengali journalism names, legends, turned out to be people with spines who have significant anger against Trinamool and who are ready to speak out against them publicly from their own channels. Some of them have, let's say, if you were talking about them to someone else, you would say, yeah, he's a BJP supporter. Some of them, like Shuman Chattopadhyay, haven't even earned that credential or that criticism that you are a BJP supporter. He's just a BJP supporter who's making some YouTube videos. You cannot say that stuff about Shuman Chattopadhyay or Paulomi from Hothat Jodi Utlo Kotha. You can say that about Orko Prabhu Sarkar maybe and all the other channels. But whether they are hardcore BJP supporters, somewhat BJP supporters, not BJP supporters, all of them have some things in common. All of them are extremely successful in YouTube. Their follower count is huge. Their views are insane. They're extremely popular. They're extremely anti-Trinamool. And they are Bengali channels with good Bengali. And their background is in hardcore journalism. All these guys, even channels like Pinak Ki Bolche or I don't know about Aditya Roy. Her mother is Bihari, so her Bengali is a bit iffy. But other than that, Pinak, Shuman Chattopadhyay, Orko Prabhu Sarkar, Paulomi, all these people, the best ones. Shanmoy is not even a journalist. Okay, but anyway, I'll get to Shanmoy a little later. All these people come from hardcore journalism backgrounds. They have run newspapers, sitting in the newspaper offices from morning till night. They know their job inside out. Just today I was listening to an old video of Shuman Chattopadhyay, and again I was admiring him because at this point Shuman Chattopadhyay is the only Bengali from Bengal that I really admire. I don't count Sandeep Sanyal, Swapan Dasgupta in this because they are not from Bengal anymore really. But I was thinking that, my God, every time I listen to him, I think that there's so much we have lost. But the kind of arguments, the kind of journalism Shuman Chattopadhyay is doing right now from his channel again, we have lost even that. This is the kind of journalism we grew up with. This is journalism. Okay, you don't play the useless garb of neutrality. If you want to take a side on a political party, take it, make it obvious so that we know that, okay, this is the BJP view on this, or this is the Trinamool view on this. Or take sides on issues like Shuman Chattopadhyay does. He thinks some things are right, some things are not. So no matter who does them, they are going to be right. No matter who goes against them, they are going to be wrong. That's the path Shuman Chattopadhyay is taking. So that journalism is also dead in West Bengal. Every fucking journalist, every fucking influencer is a pet dog of some political party or the other. Who are Bengali kids supposed to have respect for? Who are they going to look up to? Rupam Islam was the one significant guy that everyone looked up to. His wife is a fucking choti chata. What's this party society? So, in that scenario now, these sorts of journalists are going on anti-TMC tirades day in, day out. More channels are coming up every day. The names I mentioned, the most significant ones, including Shofikul, also comes from a journalism background, proper journalism background. So all these guys have changed minds of countless people who were not remotely BJP supporters in 2021. Why is there an Narayan Banerjee, a doctor, pediatrician, social media influencer somehow for being an erudite Bengali speaker who writes protesty and gives protesty vibes on every significant issue? That classic BBK nice guy, okay? He's a classic BBK bhalo kaku. Who was Narayan Banerjee's equivalent in 2021? Nobody, right? Who was Shuman Chattopadhyay's equivalent in 2021? Who was Orko Prabhu? I'm mentioning these names because all of them are different. All of them are different kinds of BJP supporters. All of them bring value to BJP in a different way. All of them harm Trinamool in a different way, in different degrees, okay? Shuman Chattopadhyay, not remotely BJP leaning, but probably believes right now that we have to kick out Trinamool. Orko Prabhu Sarkar is more leaning towards BJP, I think. Poulomi is reluctantly going to vote for BJP, I predict. She is still very much a leftist and is very disappointed with CPIM. And the way she, out of the blue, occasionally plays absolutely hilarious kinds of false equivalency, you know that she still wants to keep her comic credentials up. That, no, I'm not a BJP's paid channel. Hey, leftist viewers, still stay with me. Out of the blue. She is a phenomenal journalist, a phenomenal political analyst. But every now and then, like once or twice every week, she'll say something completely insane just to do false equivalency. That, no, I don't lean BJP all that much as well. But where were these people in 2021? So 50 seats for BJP is not based on anything. It might in the end happen that way. Then I will be proven wrong that, okay, these people were completely useless. Their popularity and their existence was completely pointless. Okay? Nobody who watched those videos were able to vote. Nobody who watched those videos were new viewers. Nobody who watched those videos actually ended up voting for BJP. If that is the case, then yes, 50 seats for BJP. Other than that, that's not happening. Now, so what are the scenarios? Trinamool wins significantly. I don't see how that's happening. If all this is wrong, if all these new phenomenons are wrong. Sanjeev Sanyal and Jesai Deepak filling up 1,500 people, 1,500 seated Kala Mandir, if that doesn't matter. In Kolkata, 1,500 seat auditorium, packed. Even after that, countless people asking for passes and not getting them. If that doesn't matter, then yes, 294, 293 for Trinamool, BJP under 50. 130 on both sides, approximately 130 on both sides. TN Ravi makes a decision. That's my prediction. And 110, 120 for BJP, around 160, 170 for Trinamool, and people buy MLAs, and that's how it happens. And it can go both ways. That can also happen. Now, the bigger problem is what happens if elections don't happen. That's also a huge, I think, possibility. I don't think elections are happening. I think elections will happen around September. September, October, July, August or September, I think, because I don't see how counting is going to get over for the disputed names from the SIR. 60 lakh names have to be counted. So far, around 13 lakh names have been counted, from which around also 5-6 lakh names have been cancelled out. But since the counting of those names is not going to get over, I don't think election is happening at all. I think it's president's rule. It will be election model code of conduct will probably come into effect on Monday or Tuesday. Election dates will be announced, but SIR won't be completed, and therefore on 5th May, when Mamta's tenure is done, that's when governor will take matters into his own hands. The other big possibility is that the elections happen ignoring the 60 lakh. That would be very unethical, that there are so many deserving legitimate citizens who don't get to vote simply because of the vindictive attitude of the BLOs who fucked with their names, so that people feel harassed, and then get pissed off with the central government or BJP for doing an SIR, and then they get pissed off enough to vote for Mamta. That is a possibility. But if that happens, that votes go on without the consent of those disputed names, then what happens? Then votes happen right now, elections happen right now, and then all those 3-4 possibilities, those don't, I think, change. 6 lakh names removed, yeah, it would still not lead to more than 120 or 130 just because of SIR. That much I believe. Now, the other possibility being that elections are announced, SIR is ignored, but no, that it's declared that yes, counting will get over, or if it's not over, we'll have an election anyway, you all can just vote the next time. If that is the case, people will just file PILs in the Supreme Court who legitimately have a grievance against the Election Commission for not being able to vote. That's also going to create a constitutional crisis, and we are not going to have votes. Then what happens from April to September? If elections do take place under the rule of the governor, even then does BJP win? I don't think so. I think 130 is best that BJP can manage, unless this will be this we will know for sure only after the elections, which is, was that anger against Mamta really that significant that everywhere, all the commie voters, genuine, well-intentioned people from the Trinamool support base, from CPIM base, Muslims, some educated Muslims from the city, etc. All these people, are they pissed off enough? And do they not tell their intentions, say their intentions out loud to anybody, but then on the day of the election go and secretly vote for BJP, which has happened even in 2024 in many constituencies? Does that happen? If that happens, only then BJP will have a landslide majority. That is a possibility. I would not be surprised with that, but I would be very fascinated and awed by that phenomenon. But it would definitely make sense, because people seem pissed off. Are they pissed off enough, and are enough people pissed off, etc.? Okay, now getting to Modi's speech today, guys. First of all, tell me, Bengalis, do you think, would it be fair of me to say that this was Narendra Modi's best speech in West Bengal ever? I watched Shubhendu's speech, then next was the BJP state president Shamik Bhattacharya, and next was Narendra Modi. The atmosphere was absolutely electric. The recording quality, etc., all that was top notch. Even all that matters, because every step of the way, whatever is not of highest excellence and competence and quality in your campaigning, all of that slowly carves away at your growing faith at a party. Okay, and a non-serious South Indian hero dialogue here and there, horseshit quality, bad crowd management, etc. All these things give uh, give a vibe of a party not being serious enough to the non-political audience. So far, BJP is doing a pretty good job at coming across as serious. Now, the things all three of them said at the rally, that was significant, but the delivery was top notch, the framing was top notch. Shamik Bhattacharya's argument started with illegal immigration. That surprised me a little, but then he tied everything together. But the man of the match, the argument that is the most significant one coming, the key takeaway from today's Narendra Modi rally at Kolkata, which was in front of a huge crowd, by the way. Not that it matters in everything, but it matters to a large degree, because after all of those gigantic numbers of people who came to the Narendra Modi rally came with a threat of physical violence on them or their family members looming large until Trinamool goes out of power. So even then they came to Narendra Modi's rally. That's not nothing. And if so many people decided that, okay, I'll take the risk, what else are they ready to take the risk for? But anyway, the most important message today, guys, that Narendra Modi gave, which I frankly was overjoyed with, but more importantly, I could not believe my ears. Because, and this is what I've been telling you all, some of my friends as well, about Mamata Banerjee, that almost every politician in India, at least the significant ones, do maintain a facade of statesmanship, except Mamata Banerjee and even Arvind Kejriwal. You have to believe in a myth or fiction to have a fully functioning, coherent society. Our fiction, our myth surrounds democracy and statesmanship surrounding democracy. So, every now and then we find politicians of all parties having a nice time hanging out, having a nice chit-chat, adda, etc. at somebody's wedding, or even in the parliament canteen, etc. And because after all, politics is a status group, and all of them look after their own caste solidarities, that you are a politician, I'm a politician, you know some shit about me, I have some dirt on you. We are both not saying it out loud because after all we are friends, or maybe I want to use it at the right time, etc. So every time no matter how asshole a politician, no matter how corrupt, no matter what their insane shenanigans when they're alive, people usually say that yes, we had our differences, but we had a great personal relationships, he was a great statesman, etc. Mamata Banerjee is not doing any of that. She will not get any such accolade. The biggest compliment Mamata Banerjee will get after she passes away is also a lie. She will get appreciated for having, even from hardcorest of BJP supporters who have somehow missed this context, it will be said that, oh yes, we had our differences, but she needs to be respected for the huge significant achievement of defeating that get ready for this, 34 years of communist rule. And this is a sentence that old BJP party workers love to parrot, okay? Every time they want to come across as balanced and not a blind Mamata hater, they say that, yes, we have respect for her as a politician because she got rid of what? The 34 years of CPIM rule. And that is fucking horseshit. She did not get rid of 34 years of CPIM rule. She got rid of 10 years of Buddhadev Bhattacharya rule. It was not a CPIM rule. It was not a communist rule. It was the rule of a lenient, patriotic chief minister who believed in his Raj Dharma. Who, when he was getting betrayed by his bureaucrats and party workers and senior leaders left and right, even then when a lot of his party workers were gathering a consensus that when Mamata Banerjee is blocking the roads in front of the Shingur highway, let's beat her up and let's remove her. Buddha Bhattacharya thinks that no, it's still democracy. Should I really beat her up? And maybe he was thinking that, well, my predecessor has beaten her up enough. I don't want to be like him. That's the guy who was chief minister for 10 years. That's the guy Mamata has defeated. She has not defeated Jyoti Basu. She has not defeated 34 years of any fucking thing. She's a 60s style trade union leader who defeated a lenient leftist, a center-left liberal. That's it. So, when you have nothing to say about Mamata Banerjee after she passes away, you must notice that she does not give a shit about statesmanship. And my prediction has been that if BJP comes to power, BJP remotely gets near power, maybe not Amit Shah directly, but below them, Shubhendu to has been saying badla or badal do honge, but below Shubhendu onwards, nobody is going to have any pretensions about any facade or statesmanship. Okay? I believe they will be restrained, but to what extent? In how many constituencies? Okay? There is a huge urge, hunger in every, I think, I'm alleging that there is a hunger amongst every BJP supporter and party worker to beat the shit out of every Trinamool supporter they see, or Trinamool, especially party worker that they see after the elections, after the election results are announced. That will have to be prevented. I believe Amit Shah, Shramik Bhattacharya will prevent it. The point is, the urge is too much for Amit Shah, Shramik Bhattacharya to contain fully. And that is going to have a lot of people even justifying it, because Mamta has never given a shit about statesmanship. तो वोट में हारने के बाद तुम्हारे साथ स्टेट्समैनशिप किया जाएगा? जब पावर में थे तब तो स्टेट्समैनशिप का स भी एक दिन भी नहीं निकला. हारने के बाद इमीडिएटली स्टेट्समैन बन जाएंगे सब तुम्हारे आसपास? वो कहां से होगा? So, as perhaps a sunrise, the writing on the horizon of that kind of a mentality is, first of all, Shubhendu going around everywhere saying that as opposed to, he was setting himself apart from Mamta, because when Mamta came to power, she said that we don't want revenge, we want change. Badla nahi badal chahiye. Badla nahi chahiye, badal chahiye. Shubhendu goes around saying badla or badal dono chahiye. And today, Narendra Modi says, सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका हिसाब. That is the most significant sentence ever said by Narendra Modi since becoming Prime Minister. Let me have a sip of green tea. So, there will be, I think, a break from statesmanship for about 2-3 days after BJP comes to power. And a lot of people will, I think, join BJP if BJP comes to power simply to avoid getting beaten up. But I think they'll still get beaten up and join BJP anyway. First they'll get beaten up and then they'll be in BJP for the rest of their lives. But I hope nobody gets beaten up. But Mamata Banerjee's actions for the last 15 years have gotten everyone to this situation where the leader of the fucking opposition is saying, who's not giving a shit about constitutional morality, this is an open call for violence, countering people who have been giving open calls for violence for 15 years. So, justification for not being constitutional enough, justification to go against constitutional morality अगर हर स्तर पर है, अगर हर आदमी के दिमाग में है, हर कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में है, वहाँ लौड़े लगने हैं of a lot of people. To the extent, to the point now where I'm repeating myself now, that even the leader of the opposition and is saying that we want revenge, and the Prime Minister is backing him up. Prime Minister is backing him up. I would expect under any other circumstance in this situation, in any other state even, that if the leader of opposition was saying that we'll take revenge against these people after we come to power, Narendra Modi would have immediately, I think, called him up and said, shut the fuck up, bro, sit down. And here Narendra Modi comes and says, what? Yes, sabka hisab hoga. And this is very significant because all BJP party workers want is a bit of this. We get protected, or if not, if we retaliate, no one asks us to stop. Now, in the matter of retaliations, something has happened today again. After that retaliation story I shared with you all in South Kolkata, in Netaji Nagar. We'll get to that now. Let me have some green tea and water and I'll check some comments. Nitai, I disagree with you. Intellectuals of Kolkata not get fucked. They will all become Narayan Banerjees within 6 months. So we are getting real Hisaab Chukta. Yes, Hisaab Chukta was said in other contexts in other states as well. But I think the Hisaab Chukta that Narendra Modi has talked about here makes BJP supporters, Karyakartas most happy. Okay, guys. Now I'll have to say the word allegedly countless times because Shanmay Banerjee said that it was all a get up, all a got up. But no, let me tell you all about Shanmay Banerjee. The non-Bengalis won't, of course, know about him, but the Bengalis, I'm saying this just to share my thoughts on him. Shanmay Banerjee was not a journalist. He was in a management position in some significant mainstream Bengali newspaper. Even then, he understands news so well, contacts investigative journalism so well, that his channel is so successful. He has 3 channels, but most importantly, he has been very critical of BJP when they have been soft on Trinamool, etc. Most importantly, guys, this guy is running a one-man show in the world of investigative journalism. Who the fuck does investigative journalism anymore in West Bengal? Investigative journalism नाम का जो genre है, वो तो आई थिंक नेशनल में भी उतना नहीं होता है, वो बहुत पहले होता था. नेशनल में भी वो ट्रेंड बहुत है कि कोई ना कोई किसी का कुत्ता है. वेस्ट बंगाल में ये हार्ड एंड फास्ट है. हाँ मतलब ऑब्वियसली कुत्ता है, कुत्ता ही तो बनेंगे. पीपल विल बी वेरी प्राउड ऑफ बीइंग अ फकिंग कुत्ता एंड दे विल से यस माय मदर टंग इज वूफ वूफ, और मैं क्या करूँ, हाँ यही तो है. यू वांट टू बी एन आइडियलिस्ट, गो टू बेंगलुरु. तो Shanmay Banerjee runs a one-man investigative journalism team. No, I think he has teams, obviously, he has contacts, but it's a one-man show. It's his personal YouTube channel where he discovers, unearths, digs out insane kinds of documents and info and trivia from the darkest rooms of Trinamool, their party office, even the secretariat building where the chief minister sits, etc. Now, Shanmay Banerjee was saying that what happened today to the Industries and Commerce Minister was probably a got up, but I'll tell you what happened and I'll tell you what I believe happened. Okay. आदित्य थोड़ा आधा घंटा रिवाइंड कर लो, वही डिस्कस हो रहा था. Okay. Now, Narendra Modi's rally is happening today in Brigade. Buses from all over the state are arriving. Some buses filled with BJP party workers are going through a place in North Calcutta called Girish Park, and allegedly there were stones, rocks thrown at those buses. Excuse me, from Trinamool supporters or Trinamool party workers sitting around, chilling, hanging around on the road when those buses were passing by them. So when the stones are being pelted at BJP buses, BJP party workers get down on the floor inside the bus and they survive it. They play it out. They see what happens. They hold their horses. When the stone pelting stops, they pick up all those stones allegedly from inside the bus and throw all of those stones right back at the Trinamool party workers outside the bus. Then they get down from the bus and a clash ensues. When this clash is going on, media persons arrive, and all you can see in the news channels is that there's a BJP Karyakarta there, there's a BJP Karyakarta there, and all of them are pushing back those Trinamool supporters and Trinamool party workers. When they start chasing them back down, they enter their alleys, their neighborhoods, because they are now, Trinamool workers are now getting back to their party office. They are thinking that, okay, maybe they'll leave the matter now and go to Narendra Modi's rally. Or if we drag them in enough, we will have our own guys to save us in the party office. or we'll call the police will save us, which happened in Netaji Nagar as well. I'll redescribe that as well, because that was what set the tone for the rest of the state. None of this happens. None of their predictions come true. All those BJP karyakartas who got down from the buses to retaliate, they chased them down. They chased them down right up to the office/home of the Industries and Commerce Minister of the state, Madam Shoshi Panja. Then they enter her house and beat people up inside the house. Trinamool workers, etc. Then the police arrives. Police cannot handle the situation. Some of the police personnel enter the home of Shoshi Panja for safety, and the doors are locked from inside. Then the ruckus finally dies down. The BJP people leave, go to Narendra Modi's rally. Shoshi Panja comes out, then draws attention to her alleged/non-alleged real injuries. Many people around her sitting with injuries, band-aids everywhere, etc. And after that, when the rally is going on, they decide to make a day out of it, get some political brownie points out of it, and they do a long ass press conference with the education minister, the minister who got attacked herself, Madam Shoshi Panja, and Shayani Ghosh. Those three go on a tirade of how every other state is as bad as BJP, if not worse, as bad as West Bengal, if not worse, etc. There, the hope was that, okay, we got beaten up, yes, but let's make something out of it and drag the attention away from Narendra Modi's speech completely. That succeeds to a certain extent on some channels, some kind of neutral channels, and some on the Trinamool channels, obviously. They immediately made cool edits of Narendra Modi saying that it will be a new, different Bengal, etc., and juxtaposing that audio as a voiceover with footages of BJP supporters, BJP karyakartas behaving like goons. So a non-political person sitting at home is thinking, see, this is why I never wanted to vote for BJP, because these are just Bihari gundas, etc., who'll kill our state. How are they at all better than Trinamool? Now, what's the percentage of such a person whom I described right now? There lies a debate. I don't think it's that many. I don't think that number is in any significant amount, but that is some vote. Well, what if that person's vote is the vote, or the vote of those kinds of people is the one that mattered on the day of the election? So you never should be arrogant about your base, but there were definitely some people who thought that. But that dies down pretty quickly. At least on the internet, it was visible very clearly that most anti-Trinamool people were absolutely overjoyed, elated, ecstatic at BJP's fight back today. And such a fucking fight back. Such a story. Even if BJP loses, of course, all these guys are going to get probably beaten up again or killed, the guys who attacked Shoshi Panja's house today. There's going to be huge retribution on them. But this is a story for the grandkids. Both what happened today as well as what happened in a place called Netaji Nagar in South Kolkata a few days back. What happened that day was right after Sajal Ghosh gave a speech on the previous day, or that morning itself, that go start painting the walls wherever any, let's say, if you get a pushback for painting walls, push right back. Don't give any inch of ground to them. We are here to stay and fight back. So because of that, the very next day or on that day, two separate confrontations were reported. Maybe more happened, but at least two were reported. One was in the Dunlop area, which is in the far north of Kolkata. It's probably kind of technically outside Kolkata, and in South Kolkata. Some small clashes and exchange of words happen between Trinamool and BJP in these two regions regarding painting walls, political wall painting, etc. then it evolves into a fight. All that did not happen in Dunlop. In Dunlop, it was just a ruckus and exchange of words. In Netaji Nagar, it gets to a fight. Both sides reach the Netaji Nagar police station, and right outside the Netaji Nagar police station, it seemed like a scene from Lord of the Rings. The police were able to make a barricade, and on one side were all the BJP people, on one side were all the Trinamool people, both waiting to get to each other. But that was only after a lot of actual fight that happened. When that fight was actually happening, the police, at least from what I saw in the footages, was that police were trying to stop or prevent people from becoming the perpetrator only on one side. They were repeatedly going and holding BJP party workers by the collar or by their wrists or by their elbows, forearms, holding them as they should for anybody who's trying to beat someone up on the road. But they were repeatedly going on preventing only the BJP supporters or karyakartas from retaliating or even defending in self-defense, defending themselves. So, with every BJP guy who's inside that hardcore mosh pit that's going on, you see that all of them, one of their hands or collars or t-shirt is being pulled at by the police. When he is being prevented halfway by the police from retaliating, from defending himself, a Trinamool guy is going on punching the shit out of his face. There was one non-Bengali guy who came with a long shikha, and he was very short because Bihar is a poor fucking state where there has been no nutrition. Nobody knows how to spell nutrition in the entire state because of Lalu Prasad Yadav. So when Bihari guy comes, speaks fluent Bengali, you know that he has been here for decades. He has a shikha. At least two tall Trinamool party workers hold him by the shikha and move him around like a fucking child. And the police does absolutely nothing. All the other guys, they are getting into a fight, trying to fight back. One of their hand gets held by the police, and then punch after punch is coming on their face. Okay. When all this was happening, so you see, basically that day, the referee, who was the police, was playing for one team. The point is, even then, even on that day, BJP put up a fight, counter-fought many people. When one hand was being held, they went on fighting. I in fact saw, no, I'm not going to say that. Anyway, most importantly, so on that day, Trinamool survives only because the police helped them. More importantly, when that ruckus in front of the police station dies down, BJP continues that protest at Netaji Nagar up until the night. And Netaji Nagar is a hardcore commie liberal place. Everyone practically is a CPIM supporter, but Trinamool wins here because of shenanigans. 99% of people who are Trinamool in these areas are usually gundas. The silent majority is a Trinamool voter, is a CPIM voter. In such a place, BJP puts up a fight, stays, fights back, fights a tag team of police and Trinamool at the same time, and then protests about it. You won't believe what happened the next day. I forgot to talk about it. Something insane happened the next day. Neon এটা কি ওয়ার্ড 9 এর কথা বলছো? No, 98. On the next day, BJP comes and BJP went to a place called Narkel Bagan in Netaji Nagar and gave a speech in the heart of Narkel Bagan, which is again either a CPM bastion or a Trinamool bastion. These are the reasons where even potential BJP supporters like to tout that cool sentence that BJP doesn't have Sangathan on the ground. So all that BJP doesn't have Sangathan stock is probably dead, or is going to die down within a few more 1 or 2 weeks at max. In that sort of a locality, BJP comes, does a protest rally on the main road and then in Narkal Bagan as well, on the topic of them demanding justice for their guys who got beaten up the previous day. And then they name about 9-10 people from Trinamool. They identified those names probably from the news footage and stuff. And then they mention all those names, and all those people are probably hanging around them in that area. And then they say that we demand their arrest immediately. If they aren't arrested by Monday, we will do more protests and stuff. And then they do none of that as well, because after all, following through your words is a problem when you're a politician. But BJP did go to this extent in Netaji Nagar. And now this Shoshi Paja issue as well. Most BJP supporters, party workers are elated, ecstatic. No one, I think even a whole lot of CPIM supporters are absolutely overjoyed that this happened. This gives me 2011 vibes, because back then CPIM used to get beaten up a lot. CPIM was starting to get beaten up. I know, Netai Nanur, those massacres were still going on, but there were countless CPIM villages where CPIM family after CPIM family were homeless. They had run away to other states. That was with the shenanigans of the Naxalites, Maoists, of course, because they were in power with the guys trying to come to power. But when the people in power get beaten up, something is up. BJP Gurkha invaders leave Bengal. What does Gurkha invader mean? SC/ST Act only affects those generals and OBCs who have no caste consciousness. Okay. Okay. Now, the other important stuff that happened in the last few days. So, anyway, Modi's speech was based on 4 things, practically. That BJP will fight the Bengal election on law and order, corruption, illegal immigration, and development. The Hindu-Muslim issue has been on the back burner pretty much now. I think this works now as well, because they don't need to differentiate themselves from Trinamool with Hindutva anymore. It was a need at one point. Now they have other stuff. Now they have other good stuff going on. Now they have serious people on their side. Now they have academics, intellectuals, people who can speak on their side. Now I think they can focus on law and order, corruption, illegal immigration, development, etc. The Hindu-Muslim issue is being addressed somewhat so that their stock of Hindutva slogans can be still shouted. That's happening under the category of illegal immigration. Okay, Bengali Hindus, are you going to be safe? What if you become a refugee, etc.? All those lines that they had mugged up in order to make Hindutva an issue is now getting used, but without having to bring in Hindutva and turn off a bunch of urban voters. What a win-win situation. Say those exact same things, point out how Bengali Hindus are facing trouble or are facing extinction. But at the same time, you can now invite the well-meaning, educated urban Muslim as well, because you're not talking about Hindutva, you're talking about illegal immigrants from Bangladesh. This is a great, I think, convenient situation for BJP. These are the 4 things, but the retaliation stuff is pretty crazy. Election will be boycotted by Congress, most likely. Others should also join. No election till 60. Oh, Vinidapu, hear me out. I'm with you on this. I don't believe election should happen with 60 lakh names being designated as disputed. What I think will happen is election either will be, there are 2 options here, none of which leads to 60 lakh people actually getting ignored. So if you actually do care about this, rest your laurels. Election gets declared and 60 lakh names are ignored, then those people who have actually legitimately lost their voting rights, they file a PIL in Supreme Court and elections get delayed anyway. Or election gets delayed anyway at the hands of the Election Commission because SIR is not complete. And a majority of those 6 lakh votes are of illegal Bangladeshi Muslims. The second biggest majority are of probably dead people, dead Hindu voters. Matuas are a huge number. There are no legitimate Trinamool voters really whose names are getting chopped away. So if you really want, if let's say if you are a Trinamool supporter, or if you just want to prevent BJP from coming to power, so your best bet would also be Trinamool, I guess. But therefore, you don't have much to be happy about. That's all I'm saying. Even if those 6 lakh disputed names are dealt with, that doesn't help your guys. SIR might not help BJP, but it's definitely not going to help Trinamool. That's all. Because those fake votes, those dead voters, etc., all of that used to be used by Trinamool to push through their chappa votes. So don't be overjoyed at this. If TMC wins, wait, what's this comment? Rakesh Roshan, what the fuck? If TMC wins 2026, then 2029 BJP loses center, and all of opposition appeal Mamta will be the PM rather than Rahul. What? Guys, let me make this clear. What's being said by allegedly Rakesh Roshan here is 100% true. I will bet you my AC remote that this is exactly what's going to happen. Her age might not cooperate with her, but she's definitely the biggest forerunner in the PM race in 2029 if she wins this time. That is why I am telling you, nobody is going to let Trinamool disappear. All the people in the entire world who have an interest in BJP not being in power, in Narendra Modi not being in power, who are they going to fund? They know funding Rahul Gandhi is not working. Who is next? Shashi Tharoor? Karti Chidambaram? Who the fuck? It's Mamata Banerjee. The woman who repeatedly defeats BJP. Even after SIR, after governor's rule. You think that person is not going to become the prime minister or the prime minister, significant prime minister candidate? And hardcore BJP supporters from other states are saying that no, she has no relevance outside Bengal, no one knows her, etc. It will be made known, guys. All the opposition parties will come together behind her and will be relieved about it because they don't have to lick Rahul Gandhi's boots anymore. They will make sure Mamata is a known face. And the only problem I see in that is people's anger with Trinamool for having Shayani inside that, because they hate, I think, Shayani more than Mamata. A lot of non-Bengali right-wingers, even non-Bengalis in general, who are not BJP supporters, they also hate Shayani because of the shielding issue. Shayani will be the expendable one. If being PM is on one side and associating with Shayani Ghosh is on one side, Mamata is going to choose being PM, of course. So the rest of the country, wait for this. Brace yourselves. If Trinamool wins West Bengal, India Alliance is winning 2029 India. The other news I had to share was about Shubhendu being the candidate in Bhawanipur. Now, Amit Shah, who has allegedly told Shubhendu that you must contest from Nandigram, where you defeated Mamta already in 2021, which is practically Shubhendu's area, and Bhawanipur in the middle of the city, where about 63,000 names have been deleted in SIR, which is Mamata Banerjee's constituency. More names have been deleted as fake votes because of the SIR in Mamata's constituency than by the number of votes she won last time. Last time she won in Nandigram, and then she refought the election as a by-election in Bhawanipur simply because she had to be CM. Can you believe that? Okay, the chief minister actually lost an election and had to win again from a different place and in a safer seat. So in that safer seat conversation, there were 63,000 fake fucking votes. So in that area, there are about, I think, 8 wards. In 2024, even in 2024, when it was a lackluster BJP affair after 2021, when the pro-BJP vibes were at an all-time high, there are 8 wards inside that constituency, 5 of which are continuously held by BJP. Okay, that is a very hugely significant point. 3 of those wards where Trinamool wins, okay, 2 out of 3 of those wards are significantly Trinamool. 1 out of those 3 wards is also barely Trinamool. And all these stats I'm discussing are in the context of a pre-SIR West Bengal, not a post-63,000 deletion West Bengal, not a post-63,000 deletion Bhawanipur. Okay. Other things you non-Bengalis or people from outside West Bengal need to know about Bhawanipur, because of the significance of Shubhendu and Mamta fighting it out directly in Mamta's constituency, is that Bhawanipur is where the Bhawanipur Gujarati Education Society College is, Bhaggu. It's one of the most significant private colleges in Kolkata. Most Marwaris, elite, well-educated, or let's say the richer Marwaris live, a lot of them live in the Bhawanipur area. 26% Muslim population, and practically kind of all ethnicities live there. There, my personal hunch is, I don't see how Mamta is going to win. Police, etc., all of that can work, but having Shubhendu in that constituency might inspire people to a way more significant degree, especially with Shubhendu and the Prime Minister of the biggest democracy in the history of mankind saying that Hisaab hoga. In that situation, in a constituency where 5 out of 8 wards are already won by BJP, I don't see how Mamta wins. This is one prediction from me. Regardless of whether Trinamool wins or BJP wins, Mamta is not winning Bhawanipur, I believe. What's happening in Nandigram then, where Shubhendu will also contest from 2 constituencies? There, the rumors are ripe that Abhishek will fight from Nandigram against Shubhendu as well. There also, I have no clue how can Trinamool win there. I don't see a Trinamool victory at all. It doesn't matter who fights that election. In Nandigram, both because Nandigram because of it being Shubhendu's area, and Bhawanipur because of the dynamics right now, both these places, no matter who is the candidate, if it is Mamta, Abhishek, Rabindranath Thakur, Bonkim, Thomas Swell, it does not matter who is the candidate, they are going to lose to BJP in Nandigram and Bhawanipur. But there is just one caveat. The DSP, who was the DSP of a place called Diamond Harbour, from which Lok Sabha constituency Abhishek Banerjee won with a lead of, with a margin of 7 lakh votes in 2024. That DSP has been appointed in Nandigram now. He's very allegedly close to Abhishek. That is the only caveat. That is Abhishek's best bet against in defeating Shubhendu. I don't see how the fuck else can Shubhendu be touched in Bhawanipur or Nandigram, regardless. Even if BJP gets 50 seats, even if BJP goes below 50 seats, Shubhendu is definitely winning in Bhawanipur as well as Nandigram. Let me check out some comments again. Saffron is saying, trust me dude, far right won't work anywhere in India for long, not in long term. Right wing and Bengal both needs reform. We can use each other to promote each other. Saffron, I absolutely agree with you. If BJP wins and stuff, there's going to be a conversation to be had between the leftists and true right wingers inside BJP, between the economic leftists and the economic right wingers inside BJP, between the cultural leftists and the cultural right wingers inside BJP, and the overall urban versus urban dehatis inside BJP. There is a conversation to be had. Right now, we are unlikely bedfellows cooperating with each other because we all want to defeat Trinamool. I think that's best for the state. But make no mistake that I'm not going to lose or let's say drill away at my identity to any significant degree. I'm not going to chip away at my love for a bunch of things which are hated by urban dehatis of the BJP. I will stand my ground on that. So if I respect and accept the urban dehati, just because we need to band together right now, or just because they do have a place, urban dehatis do deserve to live and have a good life. We will accept you. You will absolutely have to accept us, tolerate us, or whatever the fuck you want. Do not fuck with us. Do not think that if you win now, you're going to turn the state into something else, your dream state, or dream country that used to exist in 300 BC, or based on your retarded books and your retarded books interpretation of what India looked like in 300 BC. None of that urban dehati horseshit is going to be allowed, hopefully. And there are some people who will try to make sure that doesn't happen as much as possible. And frankly, the people who want to prevent that are very much less in numbers, because most people like that, who think like that, who have a lifestyle like that, have left the state and they are hardcore anti-BJP anyway. The people who remain are very minuscule in number, but even amongst the people who remain, a lot of them are going to become BJP's kuttas immediately, if not already. Okay. So there's going to be a very minuscule, even further minuscule section of people who are going to want to, let's say, keep alive the spirit of Kolkata, at the same time understand that we are less in numbers and it has been very Kolkata forever. Let others have some fun, nice times and attention as well. I'll be absolutely behind anybody, any project that highlights the prowess or brings investment or let's say any good thing that happens to any Mofussil town, tier 2, tier 3 town in West Bengal. I'm absolutely in favor of it. But the one-sided bashing of Kolkata or anything therefore that happens in Kolkata, that idiocy is not going to be tolerated by some people like me. But we will accept them, the urban dehatis, simply because they are important, they have not had a nice time until now, and because they are our allies right now. But since we accept them, they will have to accept us as well. I have shot 5-6 podcasts right now with significant people from their side. They are not getting edited right now because some of the people in the approval team have an issue with my vibe, okay, with my way of talking, with me not being, oh sir, yes sir, thank you for the podcast sir. तो वो सब एक्सपेक्टेशन जल्दी से सब निकाल लो बीजेपी वालों. नहीं निकाले तो चलो तुम्हारे साथ भी कॉन्फ्रंटेशन करते रहेंगे. What's urban dehati? Sanatan AC temperature. If BJP wins, towns like Kalyani, Kharagpur should get, yeah. But Ayan Mondal, Kalyani, Kharagpur I think deserves funding because there is some industry there, right? But Kalyani does not deserve funding. Kalyani is pretty self-sufficient already and it's the most gorgeous place in West Bengal already because people don't work in Kalyani because it gets money from people who work in Kolkata. So I think Kalyani is good how it is. What is the Bengali population percentage in North Gorkha areas of Bengal? Is that Gorkhaland still a thing? Yeah, Gorkhaland thing is still a thing. It's going to be a thing for our entire lives. But I think they have just given up. They are just tired of all the killings, protests that they have done for decades, the Gorkhas. Therefore, they have kind of arrived at this unspoken rule that, yes, the politicians will, in Kolkata, will keep pretending that they are tying, let's say, getting into an alliance with us just because they want to give us a separate state someday. And we are going to pretend that we are also waiting for it. We are also getting in bed with those parties just because we want a separate state someday. I think both sides know it's not happening at all, bro. But simply now just survive, earn some money through politics, but अलग state wait नहीं होगा तो ऐसे ही चलते हैं और क्या ही करे. I think that's the understanding both sides have reached unspokenly or maybe spoken. What do you think about the future of Bihari and so-called jihadi Muslims living in the suburbs of Kolkata and the hawkers under Grand Hotel after Nothing. That shit is not going to be touched with. Nothing can be done with those things. Unless there's a separate special hawker removal drive that happens every now and then. It has never amounted to anything. I don't see it happening, amounting to anything even this time. The only way that can happen is if you sit on a discussion table and negotiate with the rich Muslims of those areas. It's their shops and their employees. The guys hiring those guys on the streets are rich Muslims themselves. So if you get into some SEZ beautification kind of a negotiation with those rich Muslims of Kolkata, then that place can be cleaned up. Otherwise, there's nothing to do there. The central Hindutva needs Bengal Hindutva's ruthless nature to save itself and course correct both in the narrative front. Yeah, that stuff will happen if Bengal wins, if BJP wins. Kharagpur needs funding. The number of promising tech startups that are dying there because of... You mean IIT Kharagpur or Kharagpur in general? I think you mean IIT Kharagpur, right? What do you think about the future of Bihar? I answered. How's your case going, bro? On 24th is the next hearing for my cases against them. So I don't think the hearing will happen because all the lower court judges are off to SIR counting. My court hearing that was supposed to happen on 2nd March, for which I did some more fundraising. It's not like I raised much amount, but there were 1 or 2 people who sent some money. That is going on getting delayed now because my name got delisted. So we are waiting for it to get relisted. My lawyers told me that it will happen sometime around 22nd, 23rd of this month. That's when the fake molestation case against me that I'm quashing in the High Court, that will get taken up. That has gone out of the list. If TMC wins, is there any chances for separation of entire North Bengal? If TMC wins, that's the only chance of a separate North Bengal. If BJP wins, then no chance. গোর্খাল্যান্ড তো ওদের লিডারশিপে আসলে চায়না অটোনমিতে এক্স্যাক্টলি নিতাই পল সো ওয়েল সেড ইয়েস this is why that DGHC thing happened which fucked the development of that entire place. Now more her shit. It's a negotiation tool for them. It's a currency, negotiation currency. Kya alag rajya de do. Kolkata traders, Muslims will come on BJP's side. They are already very much on BJP's side. Those people who also are fed up with giving hafta wasuli to Trinamool, etc. Those people are pissed off as fuck. They are absolutely ready to vote for BJP. All they want, the only one thing that they want, the people who are money-minded Muslims and stuff, and yeah, give zakat, more or less religious. If you speak ill of the Prophet in front of them, they will beat you up and stuff. But more or less, their fundamental, let's say, focus in life is not jihad. Those Muslims are absolutely on board with BJP, except the beef ban issue. They think beef might get banned, and only that's why they are iffy. If they are somehow guaranteed, let's say, I think beef ban rhetoric will go on, but beef will actually not be banned. If this simple fact is told to them through whisper campaigns and stuff, that you see, we will go on saying beef ban, but we won't actually ban it, then they are getting all those rich Muslim, educated Muslim votes as well in Kolkata. They're not the white money, white collar, bhodrolokish Muslim families, by the way, okay? Because they are also pretty woke. Now, if those wokes vote for BJP, that's for a different reason, that we are just fed up with Trinamool to that extent. The Muslims I'm talking about, they are not very well educated and stuff. They are just rich as fuck and have a plethora of businesses, white and black. All they care about is beef ban. What about BJP constantly asking for a separate state for North Bengal? Negotiation tactic. After they come to power, they are not going to mention it again in the next 10 years. Sandeepan Roy is saying, as a Ghoti, I will say they are not going to vote BJP. I don't know why I like Bardhaman 24 Parganas Birbhum. You mean Muslims of those areas, right? Yeah, I agree. They are not voting. I don't even believe Humayun Kabir will get more than 1 seat. So my prediction is that no Muslim is going to vote for anybody other than Trinamool. At best, 1 seat for ISF, 1 for Humayun. And it's practically Trinamool wins with 170 seats and BJP gets 130. There's a huge fight. Some MLAs are bought. That's the prediction I'm ready to get behind the most. Rich people will vote for whatever leads to money, be it Marwari or trader Muslims. Gorgo is saying you cannot rebuild a society without elites. Exactly. I'm sorry, this is the harsh truth. Gorgo, I don't think anybody disagrees with you, especially even BJP. The problem is who they think are the elites. We have an intellectual at home. We have elites at home. Wo hai problem. Narayan Banerjee went to the brigade today, so the left cadre is split. Left votes so definitely are going to BJP a lot. Poorer Bengali Muslims have issues with the illegals, right? No, they don't. ভাঙা সলিউশন নয় সেটা আলাদা, বাট সুরক্ষা যে রোহিঙ্গা ভাঙা সলিউশন ডেফিনেটলি কে I am hugely behind that idea by Dikit Bhattacharya and Professor Gautam Desiraju that India needs to have 75 states. The potential of every location, every region in a state will come to the forefront, have its distinct businesses be the forefront of the, let's say, in the priority list of the state capital, only if there are multiple states. Kolkata cannot realistically prioritize far Kuch Bihar, Siliguri, Jalpaiguri. They have to be different states. Kumara Kampana is saying at least cow slaughter in India should be banned, if not beef ban. Also not happening. It can be done, I believe, but it's not going to happen. Because what even those potential BJP supporting Muslims don't realize is that they give these arguments that, oh, see, why is BJP such a hypocrite on this, that they are the second biggest exporters of beef, the central government, or India, but you are banning beef, etc. That beef includes all sorts of cows and buffaloes and stuff. Only the boss indicus is Gaumata, and killing Gaumatas is banned. So what new thing are you going to ban? And if you talk about enforcing the death of boss indicus cows, since it's just one species, it could be done, but it's not going to be done. Tata, do you think BJP coming would change things for good? Yeah, in 5-10 years. People voted Didi because she became more left. Yes. What if there is a same trend with BJP, especially given their recent... BJP is not going to be remotely right-wing on any fucking thing in West Bengal. I guarantee you this. They are just going to be efficient leftists. That's all. This is going to be Buddhadev Bhattacharya plus cow. Ran Banerjee even expressed that he is willing to join BJP in a phone call with... Yeah. I think he'll get a ticket in some BJP weak hold, like in the cities and stuff, where BJP is not going to win probably anyway. They'll just go with those people. Gorkhas are just 10% of Bengal's population concentrated in 2 districts. Yeah. Law and order to expect kora jai. Yes. Law and order definitely is going to come into place very quickly. After that, Hisaab is done for the first 2-3 days. Has anyone seen Mithun's podcast? No, I haven't seen that one yet. Rich people understand that they... Okay, let me just check if I had other topics to get to. This was a fruitful live stream today. It was short and tight. I'm not bringing in members, guys. So sorry for that. Because on everything, it would be kind of weird to say that, okay, now I want the opinions of my members. Some other day. Why did Bengalis stop eating cara beef? I don't know what cara beef is. I'll Google it. Was it ever a popular meat option in Bengal? I don't know Bengal's history to this extent on these things. There's Gauda in your name, maybe you do. Some people said that just like Muslims doing Gundami under TMC, same stuff happens if BJP wins, Biharis of urban regions will start. Shandipan, the point would be, why? Nobody does Gundami or risking getting arrested and stuff for no fucking reason, right? That stuff is done by Muslims because Trinamool needs cadres. Trinamool needs cadres because Trinamool wants to stay in power no matter what the policy. They want a complete domination. Total domination के लिए hardcore violent cadre base चाहिए. Now who's going to give you the hardcore violent cadre base? Fat fucking Bhattacharyas. No. So you need all the Alis and Khans. The point is, what would BJP gain out of having that from the Biharis? If you say counter strong domination, counter hegemony, a total decimation of Trinamool at all levels, that might be BJP's goal and therefore Bihari Gundami, then I say that can happen for a few days in very streamlined, let's say in pockets. BJP Gundagardi is not going to go around in the realms of businesses, at least not forever, maybe for the first few months, in first few instances when, remember this, that guys, especially you who asked this question, Sandipan, right? Any right-wing party in the whole world has double scrutiny on them. Any right-wing party in the whole world is unable to get away with stuff that any other party would get away with. So I think you and I can rest a little assured on that as well, that freedom in general, liberty in general is going to become more available if a right-wing party comes to power, because there's going to be more scrutiny on that party. So let's say in that scenario, in that hypothetical future where BJP's Bihari Gundas are going on creating a ruckus, even fucking with businesses, that's not going to stay on at all for more than a few weeks. Because who is going to criticize them? Trinamool, Congress, CPIM, voter bases of Trinamool, okay? The new voters of BJP who voted for BJP only so that the opposite of that happens. and a huge number of people inside BJP, huge number of new people inside BJP who are not going to tolerate that at all. And more importantly, Amit Shah needs West Bengal's 42 seats in 2029. For that, there needs to be huge amounts of investments, which cannot happen if Bihari Gundas go around creating a ruckus. There's just no incentive to doing that. There's no point to doing that. Trinamool had a point. It was justified for them to do so. For BJP, it doesn't make any sense politically. Bro, I know few pujos, especially Mohishashur Mordini pujo, where buffalo sacrifice was normal even they stopped few years back. Yeah. Buffalo sacrifice used to be pretty common. I am saying cara beef. Okay, let me see what cara beef is. Is it from the Caribbean? Cara beef is a meat of water buffalo. Oh, why do you make me see this? Do you know what kind of masks I have to put on to talk so casually about meat? I'm not that kind of guy. In my mind, I can only hear the cries and the docile eyes of a suffering animal whose head is hanging by a thread because the rest of it has been chopped off. If BJP win, there will be second biggest refinery in West Bengal after Jamnagar, possible. Before beef ban, I think we should become the world leading exporter. Why do you need to settle religious differences with killing animals, guys? Israel is an exception, left privilege, yes. Okay then, we'll end the live stream now. People want me to do short live streams anyway, and I think we have covered all the major things. Let me just check if I missed anything from my notes. Not really. So, to make a gist of it all, Narendra Modi's core message today was that, yes, bad stuff is happening in Bengal, we'll do nicer stuff, but Hisaab hoga. Sabka saath, sabka vikas, sabka Hisaab, which is insane. Statesmanship is becoming a bigger and bigger joke every day in West Bengal. The appeal to Bengaliness was done really, really, really well by Narendra Modi today. His pronunciation of Bengali was fucking credible. So the two major allegations against BJP Bengal, I think can now be stopped, fairly speaking. The idea that BJP is not a Bengali party, they don't give off the vibes of being Bengali. I think whatever they could do, they have done 90%. The rest 10% is urban dehati stupidity, and the other amounts of things they could have done, you are actually asking too much from. You are asking some things which are not supposed to be asked from this kind. Like, that's like asking for great fast bowling from Lata Mangeshkar and saying, what? You can't even bowl properly. So there will be some degree of barriers that BJP will face in touting themselves as Bengali, simply because that kind of politics lost mainstream relevance, was not even in the fringes when I was growing up, okay? BJP-ish things do not exist anywhere in Bengal. They only exist in the last 4 years. कहाँ से ऐसा एक पार्टी आके बंगाली बन जाएगा? जितना बन सकता था उसमें से 90% अचीव किया है. So I think that criticism does not hold for BJP anymore. The other criticism that does not hold anymore is the idea that BJP is not available or is not present on the ground. They are showing every day that they're present on the ground. Those two are, I think, significant key takeaways from today. The other is, the Hisaab that actually Narendra Modi meant, and not in the way that I'm talking about it. He did not probably mean or just mean retribution in terms of physical violence and stuff. He probably meant that all the cases will be reopened against them. All the cases will be pursued against Trinamool people who have harmed non-Trinamool people up until now. That's what he promised. By the way, the Election Commission also did a lot of important things in the last few days. After the governor change, that was the most significant thing, because the Election Commission said that we have a no tolerance policy, etc. Now, what the Election Commission says is largely treated as a joke here, but at least they have said it even this time, that we are going to make sure that there's no violence, etc. Two significant developments are that CRPF will be there inside the voting booths, and there will at the end be polling booths at high society buildings and building complexes. Those are the two significant developments. That's going to take care of a whole lot of things. I noticed that anti-nationals care too much about Bengal election, but Bengal is last bastion of East India. Yes, I think properties will be attached to certain cases. Yes. Okay then. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for joining. I'll see you not tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow I have a podcast at 8 p.m. with author S. Devarajan discussing his new book, Designed to Win. So I'll see you some other day, probably Monday. And if you all can, go to the description box and check out the ways you can send me some money to help me fight my legal battles. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Good night.
যদি সবাই ফিরে যায় ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা সবাই ফিরে যায় যদি গহন পথে যাওয়ার কালে কেউ ফিরে না যায় তবে পথের কাটা তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে যদি আলো না ধরে ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা আলো না ধরে যদি ঝড় বাদলে আধার রাতে দুয়ার দেয় ঘরে তবে বজ্রানলে আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা জলরে আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা জলরে যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো রে